Well, hello everyone. My name is Tami Eggleston. I'm a professor of psychology at McKendree University, and I am so excited that Carol has joined me today, and we are going to talk with you a little bit about the McKendree University Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. We often refer to that as the CMHC. So if you hear us ever say the CMHC, that's the Clinical Mental Health Counseling Program. I'm really excited to share information about this program because I was actually involved in developing this program over a decade ago. So I have a long history with this program and really a deep love of this program. And I think that this program provides a lot of really valuable information regardless of what career that you're interested in going into with mental health counseling. So I want to go ahead and get started with just a little brief Occupational Outlook Handbook. If you've never Googled the Occupational Outlook Handbook, I encourage you to do so, because what you're going to see there is that there is going to be a high need for substance abuse, behavioral disorders, and mental health counselors in the upcoming years. And I would argue that this was actually done prior to COVID-19, that this Occupational Outlook Handbook was talking about jobs that may be available, and that was before they even knew the impact of a global pandemic. And let me just give you the brief cheat notes on that. The global pandemic has increased the need for counselors dramatically. So we already had a growth potential of about 25%, which is much faster than average. And then with the global pandemic, the occupational outlook for substance abuse, behavioral disorders, and mental health counselors has even grown even more so. So are there jobs out there for mental health counseling? Absolutely. Some important qualities that we're looking for you to be a student and ultimately for you to be the best counselor. We would want someone who is compassionate, with excellent interpersonal skills, fantastic listening skills, patience, and speaking skills. So many of you might say, well, how do I know if I would be a really great counselor? I oftentimes say, do you possess these important qualities, and do people come to you when they have problems? That might be a sign that you are meant for the counseling profession. The McKendree CMHC, you can go ahead and just Google McKendree CMHC, or you can actually go to this web address, which is McKendree Academics, and then you kind of keep going down the line until you get to MAPC, or you can just, again, go to McKendree, www.mckendree.edu, and put in professional counseling in the search bar so you can get all of this information. But I really just wanted to give you the highlights myself, and then Carol's going to give you the highlights of how you can apply, because even though all this is on the website, sometimes it's nice to just kind of see a person and hear the information. Our format for the program, it's offered as a campus-based evening format primarily. We have occasionally some daytime or late afternoon offerings, but it's primarily offered as an evening program. And the reason for that is we expect that you're oftentimes going to be out working in the field. So you're going to be out maybe working in some sort of counseling environment or a non-counseling environment, but it really is an evening program primarily. Classes meet either one time per week for 16 weeks, but we also have some of our courses that are kind of accelerated 8-week blended courses. And we've been very intentional at keeping the courses that need to be 16 weeks, and the courses that we think you can handle in 8 weeks, those are the ones that are the 8-week model. It also follows kind of a cohort model where you're going to come in and you're going to get to know the other folks in your cohort, because you'll kind of take all the same courses together as you go. It does start in the fall, and it's completed in 3 years. And if you stay right on that cohort model, you're going to be done with your practicum, your internship, all of that in 3 years. The curriculum requirements, our CMHC program is 60 credit hours. It's a 3-year cohort, and these are the courses. I would encourage you to take a look at the courses, and I always say it's a good fit if you take a look at these courses and go, well, this sounds great. That sounds interesting. Counseling skills, that sounds amazing. Maladaptive behavior, that sounds great. Research, but I can still handle it because it's going to be research about counseling. Human development, that sounds great. Substance abuse sounds great. Couples and family. I always tell people, if you look at our courses and you're excited about taking all those courses, that means this is a good program for you. We also have all of our programs set up so that you're going to also, after you've taken the courses, you're going to get real world experience with the group practicum and then finally with our internship. So this program is going to, I really believe, have the best of both worlds, where you're going to have the courses, but then you're also going to be getting credit for experience out in the real world. So Carol's going to walk through how you get to apply and get admitted to this amazing program.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Carol. I've been the admissions counselor and the academic advisor for this program for the last several years. And we have a free application. So you just go onto our website at www.mckendree.edu, and just about any page you click on, it will say apply now somewhere on the page. So get that free application in, and that starts an electronic file for you. We're going to need a few documents from you. So our transcript policy here at McKendree is we need official transcripts from any institution within the last 5 years. We'll also need the institution where you got your bachelor's degree, and then wherever you took your introduction to psychology, because we're going to need that, because there is 6 credit hours of psychology that is required, one of the classes being the introduction to psychology. So we'll need those transcripts. We're going to need 3 recommendation forms, and I will send that to you upon application. So you can send that out to at least 3 people. They can also write a recommendation letter, but they don't have to. They can just fill out the form and return that to me. And then I will need a current resume and a personal statement or essay. And we can talk about that, but it's 2-3 pages. Talk about your professional goals and how you're going to meet those goals by you completing the program. So it's a very easy application process. I'll keep you informed all the way through it. We have a student portal that you can upload all your documents into, or you can send them to me, whatever is easiest. And we have a deadline of April 1st for all these documents to be in, so that we can evaluate your file and get you set up for an interview. I think that about covers it. Did I miss anything, Tami?
No, and Carol, you make it sound easy, because we really do want the application and admission process to be fairly straightforward and fairly easy for you. I really want to emphasize that you do not have to be a psychology undergraduate to apply for our program. We think that that's great if you were an undergrad psych, that you've always known that you've loved psych. But in our program, we've had former police officers, we've had former teachers, we've had former social workers, we've had business people, where they are people who maybe went out and had a career for a few years and then realized that really their heart was in counseling. So you don't have to have an undergraduate psychology or counseling. We're just asking basically for 6 credit hours, and one of them has to be intro to psych. And then if you had a counseling psych or abnormal psych, that's wonderful, and that's going to be helpful, but it's not required. And I think that that's really sets our program apart from some other programs. We also do not require the GRE. The GRE is a wonderful exam. It shows us a lot, but we have found that not everyone does amazingly well on the GRE, but they still can be an amazing counselor and go out and really help people. So if you've taken the GRE, great, good for you. I hope you enjoyed that process, but we don't require the GRE. We're really looking for people who want to go out and make a difference and be counselors. So we've tried to keep our admission process pretty straightforward and really pretty simplistic. And Carol's going to help you along the way to make sure that you do have these minimum things turned in. And then we will have an interview before we will allow you to join our program. And that probably would be on Zoom or perhaps a telephone call, or perhaps someday even in person.
I did want to add one more thing that I think is important. If you don't have the introduction to psychology, we do offer that online in an 8-week format several times per year. So we can always, assist with that. So I don't want that to be nope, can't do it. I never took psychology. We can help you with that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that even shows we're even more flexible. Even on the one requirement, you can still go ahead and take that online at McKendree. We have that every semester, so you can even get that in. We really wanted to just kind of welcome you to McKendree, give you some information, and kind of walk you through. All of this information is available on our webpage, and you can go and get our information, our contact information. Our telephone numbers are on there as well as our email addresses. So feel free to email Tami Eggleston or Carol. Apply today. It's free. You don't have to have the GRE. So we're really excited for our next cohort group. And you just can't give a presentation without ending with a quote. And in psychology, there's no one better than Carl Rogers. So the curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. And we're really hoping that some of you will consider applying to McKendree University and learning more about counseling, helping you help other people change. But more importantly, you'll also change yourself for the better. So we hope that this was informational, and feel free to call or email either one of us.